Good morning, class 9. Today we will do a new poem on killing a tree. This poem expresses the pain which the tree bears when it is cut. When we cut any healthy tree, if you notice, you will find that when you cut the bark of a green healthy tree, it appears as if blood is coming out from the bark. The bark, since it is not dry, it is very healthy, so a prominent red color in the bark can be seen, and it appears as if blood is coming out from the tree. So in this poem, the poet expresses the pain which the tree has to bear when people cut a healthy tree. How a tree can be cut? Is it just enough to take a sharp weapon and cut the tree, or something else is required? Let us see in this poem. On killing a tree. You must have observed people cutting down trees, but can they kill a tree? Is it easy to do so? Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree. So this poem is not just about simply cutting the tree. It is killing the tree. As I will read the poem, you will understand why the poem has been given this name, on killing a tree. First I will read the whole poem, then I will explain each stanza. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide sprouting leaves. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Now let us start from the first stanza and see what is the meaning of each line. It takes much time to kill a tree. The poet says that killing a tree, that means finishing the life of the tree, bringing a tree to its complete end, does take time. Because we are not talking about a small plant here. We are talking about a tree which has been on the ground, on that surface, in that area for years and years. And the roots have become so strong that because of the strong roots, the tree is strongly, you can say, it is fixed on that place to the ground. It is fixed on that ground because the roots of the tree have so much strength that they have gone so deep inside the earth's crust that it has kept the tree there for so many years. And killing such a tree, that means bringing that tree completely out of the surface of the earth along with its roots, is not an easy task. You can cut a tree, you can cut any branch of the tree, but bringing the whole tree out from the ground, along with its roots. A tree which is standing at a particular place for thousands of years, hundreds of years, it is not an easy task. It takes quite a lot of time. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Jab of the knife, here see the meaning is given. Jab means sudden rough blow. That means simply a blow or a cut made with the knife is not enough to kill a tree. Remember, the poet is talking about killing the tree, not cutting a tree. Killing a tree here means bringing the tree out of the ground along with its roots, completely bringing it out from that surface. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. A simple small jab of the knife or cut made with the knife cannot do this task of killing the tree. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. That means it is there on that part of the earth, on that part of the ground, and it has consumed the minerals, the essential things which are needed for the growth of a healthy tree. It has consumed all the important nutrients which any plant or any tree requires. The roots have been absorbing all the essential nutrients from the soil, and it has given the tree so much of strength that the tree has been there at its place firmly for a very long time. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. Consuming the earth means consuming the nutrients from the earth surface, from the soil. Rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. Now see each line. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth. This I have explained just now. Rising out of it, it has consumed the earth. From the soil, it has consumed all essential nutrients which it requires, and it has risen from the earth. It has risen from the earth and it has become such a huge tree. Feeding upon its crust, it also means almost the same. It has fed upon the crust. That means it has taken its food, it has taken all the essential components, the nutrients from the soil which it needs. It has taken from the earth's crust. Absorbing years of sunlight, air, and water. Not only does the tree consume the nutrients from the soil, it has also absorbed the sunlight, it has absorbed the air and water, and along with all essential components, it has become such a huge firm tree, bearing the sunlight, bearing the tortures of the atmosphere, and still standing erect in its place. And out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. See, the meaning of leprous hide is also given. Discolored bark. The word leprous has come from the word leprosy. It is a skin disease where the color of the skin becomes very bad. You know, it is not like normal skin which we have. So it has been compared to the disease called leprosy. And the poet says that the color of the tree, the color of the bark has changed. It has become very dull brown. It is not new and fresh in color, because the tree has been standing there for many years. The bark has become discolored, and it has sprouting leaves. The tree is filled with leaves. It is full of leaves. Old leaves, small leaves, big leaves, and old leaves, new leaves, big leaves, and small leaves. But the tree has leaves over it. It is filled with leaves. Why? Because it is a healthy tree. It is a strong tree which has been standing on that place, on that ground, on that surface for so many years, consuming all nutrients from the earth, from the soil, absorbing sunlight, air, and water. Second stanza. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. So the poet is talking to the person, or telling to the person who is trying to kill the tree. The poet is saying to that person, so you can hack, you can cut the tree roughly, or you can try to chop the tree, you can try to cut the tree, but this alone won't do. Only cutting the tree or chopping the tree will not kill the tree. Again, I am repeating here, killing the tree here means completely uprooting the tree, pulling the tree out of the surface of the ground along with its root. Only cutting some part of the tree, cutting some barks of the tree or some portion of the tree is not going to kill the tree. So the poet says, you can cut, you can chop, or you can hack, you can cut the tree roughly, but that is not enough for killing a tree. Not so much pain will do it. It will not cause, cutting the tree simply or chopping some parts of the tree is not going to cause so much of pain to the tree. The bleeding bark will heal. If you will cut some branches of the tree, the bark, because it is a healthy tree, I told you in the starting, the bark might appear red as if it is bleeding, but this bleeding bark will again heal after some time. That means you might cut some portion of the tree, some branches of the tree for some passage of time, but after some time, after some months, after some time, again you will see new twigs coming out, new leaves coming out, and again the wound which you have caused to the tree will heal. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Again, I just told you that if you will try to cut the tree from the bottom also, if you will try to cut the tree from the bottom, but still if the roots are in the ground, the roots are intact in the ground, then what will happen? It might take some months, but again after some months you will see that new branches are coming out, new leaves are coming out, and curled green twigs, soft new green twigs will be seen appearing again. So the wound of the tree will be healed after some time. And from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs. Miniature means very small. Miniature boughs means very small twigs will again start appearing from here and there after some months, which if unchecked will expand again to former size. Again, when these small miniature tiny branches, tiny twigs will start appearing, tiny leaves will start appearing, then if you will not cut them, what will happen? A time will come when these small twigs will become big branches of the tree, small leaves will become big strong leaves, and again the tree is going to take its former size. That means it will again become a huge tree, a big tree as it was earlier. Third stanza. No, the root is to be pulled out. Now, in this stanza, in the first line, the poet is telling the technique how to kill a tree. Just a knife is going to cut the tree. It is going to cut the tree for some time, and again after some time new fresh branches, new fresh leaves will start appearing, and they will again take the shape of that big tree after some months. But the poet says that no, if you want to kill the tree, then the root of the tree has to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. Anchoring earth means trees are held securely with roots in the earth. Trees are held securely means firmly. The trees are bound to the earth. They are held strongly to the earth with the help of their roots. Roots have lot of strength to keep the tree intact inside the earth's crust. out of the anchoring earth. If you want to kill a tree, you will have to bring the roots out of the tree, out of that earth from where the roots have kept the tree securely intact. It is to be roped, tied and pulled out. Snapped out. Snapped out means chopped out. It is to be roped. That means if you want to bring the roots of the tree also out. See, if the tree is an old tree, it is a big tree, then pulling the tree out with its roots is a very tedious task. It is not a task which you can accomplish in 15-20 minutes. It may take days together. So the poet is saying that if you want to kill a tree, you will have to pull the roots out from that part of the earth which has kept the tree intact. The roots have held the tree securely within the earth, and you will have to bring those roots also out. How you will bring the roots also out of the ground? By tying a rope. You will have to tie a strong rope and you will have to pull that out so that the roots also come out from the earth along with the tree. Snapped out, chopped out. The roots will also be chopped out. They will be brought out when the rope will be pulled out. Or pulled out entirely out of the earth cave. Earth cave, underline earth cave. Earth cave means the space created in the earth by uprooting a tree, because you must have read this or maybe seen or known that when an old tree is uprooted, when it is brought out from the soil along with its roots, then a big hollow space is created, because it has been there, the tree has been there for so many years, the roots have gone deep inside the soil, and when you will pull that tree out along with its roots, you will find that a hollow space is created there, a big hollow empty space has been created. So the poet is saying it is to be roped, tied and pulled out, snapped out or pulled out entirely. Either you will have to cut the tree and then pull the roots out, or you will bring the tree and the roots together out from the earth's surface. Out from the earth cave. Out from the earth cave means out from that space where the tree was there strongly intact in the soil. And the strength of the tree exposed. What is the strength of the tree? The strength of the tree is nothing else but the roots. It is due to the roots that the tree was strongly and tightly held to the earth. The roots were holding the tree tightly inside the earth's surface. So the strength of the tree here means the roots. And the strength of the tree exposed. When you will cut the tree in such a way, when you will pull the tree in such a way that the roots have also come out along with the tree, then you will see that the strength of the tree, that the roots of the tree are now exposed. They are lying exposed on the surface of the earth. The source white and wet. The source white and wet. The source here means the roots. When you will pull the roots out, you will see that they appear to be white and wet. They are so fresh that they appear to be white, and since they were inside the soil, they were intact in the soil, so they are wet. The most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. They are called to be, the roots have been called the most sensitive part of the tree, because it was only due to these roots that the tree was such a big tree, a huge tree, a fresh tree and a healthy tree. When the roots are out from the earth's crust, when they have been exposed on the surface of the earth, then you will see that the roots are looking so fresh, they are looking white because they are fresh, they are wet because they were absorbing the dampness from the soil, and they have been called the most sensitive part of the tree, and now they are on the ground. They are exposed on the surface of the earth. Last stanza. Then the matter of scorching and choking in the sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. In the last stanza, the poet says that when you will bring the roots of the tree, that is the actual strength of the tree, when you will bring the roots of the tree out, then you will see that when the roots are left open on the surface of the earth, they are exposed to the all aspects of nature. That means they are exposed to sunlight, they are exposed to the air. Then gradually you will see that this tree, along with its roots, which are now exposed to nature, they have started drying up. They will start becoming brown gradually. They will become hard. They will start twisting and withering. Withering means murjhana. They will start withering, they will start twisting and turning, because now there is no dampness. Now the roots are exposed on the earth's surface. They are no more wet, they are no more fresh. They have become brown in color. They will start hardening, they will start twisting, and they will wither. And finally, after a few days, you will find that it is done. That means after a few days you will realize that now really the tree has been cut. So this is about killing a tree. Now children, in this poem, although throughout the poem we have read about killing a tree, but actually the poet gives us a hidden message in the form of killing a tree. And the message is to killing a bad habit within ourselves, from ourselves. Every one of us, we have good qualities also, we have bad qualities also. So, like killing a tree takes a long time, similarly, killing a bad habit from our personality, removing a bad habit from our personality, from ourselves, it is also a time taking process. If supposing there is a person, any XYZ person who has a habit of telling lies, and he has been telling lies since his childhood, whether the matter is big or small, whether the matter is important or unimportant, he has to tell a lie. Now that person does not realize that telling lies is a very, very bad habit, and it can put him into trouble in any part of time in his life. Because if he will realize, then he will remove that habit. Obviously he will become an honest person. So if a person wants that he should remove that bad habit of being dishonest, suppose today he says to himself, now from today I will not speak anything false, I will be true. Is that enough? No, that is not enough. Just saying is not enough. You will have to implement it. You will have to have firm determination. It needs very strong determination and willpower to implement any such habit, to implement any such resolution, I should say. If you just promise that from tomorrow I am not going to do this, this is a wrong thing I have been doing, I will not do this, I will become a good person. Is it enough? No, it is not enough. Just saying is not enough. Like in this poem, just cutting the tree or cutting a portion of the tree or a branch of the tree was not enough. Killing a tree took a lot of time. It had to be uprooted. Unless you pull the roots out, you can't kill a tree. You can't finish the life of the tree. Similarly, you have to see where are the roots of your negative quality. Every one of us, each one of us has some negative quality. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is in this world is perfect. Nobody can say that I have all positive things in me. I don't have any negative quality. Nobody can say. And if anybody says, he is telling a lie. No man is perfect. But we should try to find out as soon as possible what negative quality do we have, what negative trait do we have, and then we should try to go to the depth of that negative trait. We should try to find out where is the root of this negativity. Where is the root here means, suppose I was giving the example of an XYZ person who is dishonest. Now he should try to think over that from how many years have I been dishonest? Why do I become dishonest? Suppose if I will tell the truth, then what will happen? I will not be put to death. Nobody will put me behind bars. Maybe I will be scolded for some time, but it's okay. I have made a mistake. So if somebody scolds me, it's okay. I will say sorry and I will not repeat it in future. I will keep this in mind. But by being dishonest, you are committing mistakes after mistakes. Because if you will say one lie, you will have to say two more lies to hide yourself, to protect yourself. So it is said that in order to remove any negativity from you, in order to remove any negative quality from yourself, you should try to find out from where are the roots lying. And unless you pull the roots out, unless you try to finish that negative trait from its roots, it is of no use. Just saying that I will do it, it is of no use. You will have to find out where are the roots of that negative trait and try to finish it from its roots itself. Then only you can kill that negative trait from your personality. So this is a very strong meaning which is given by the poet by means of killing a tree. I am very sure you must have liked the poem, you must have understood also. Please see the PDF for the question answers. If you don't understand any particular line or more lines, you can send your message on my WhatsApp number and I will send you the reply. Thank you. Have a nice day.